Namaste. Today we are going to discuss about a research paper. And why are we discussing this research paper? Because some of my subscribers personally messaged me and told me that can you provide us some research evidence on efficacy of yoga on gastrointestinal disorders. So this study, what I have taken is a systematic literature review on how yoga can impact gastrointestinal disorder. This is published in 2024 and it is published online in 2026. And the authors are this. And the authors are from a reputed institution like Wake Forest University School of Medicine and so on. So let us discuss this study. Why it is important is this being a systematic review, it tries to collect a scientific evidence about the topic and then analyzes all those scientific evidences in order to infer certain facts. So in this study, the main research question which the researchers tried to investigate was, does the yoga help to treat gastrointestinal disorders? And gastrointestinal disorders, as you know, are conditions which impact the digestive system, including stomach, intestines, pancreas, and the liver. And this research identified 12 studies, which involves around 615 patients in total if you take the 12 studies. Let's go to the next slide. Now, here in this study, this study finds out the gut-brain connection. Your digestive system is connected to the brain through nerves and chemical signals. Stress, such as mood, can directly impact or affect your GI health. So, how does yoga help in it? Yoga, as you know, is a combination of physical postures like asanas, breathing exercises like pranayama, and meditation. And these practices may reduce stress, calm the nervous system, and improve the gut function. Now, in this, the impact of this study, since this study was conducted from an American institute, approximately 2/3 of Americans experience GI problems in a given week, making this a major healthcare concern. And that was the reason which these authors conducted this particular study. Now, let us look into the modalities of this study. How did these 12 studies, which the authors have analyzed, how did they find? They searched two major scientific databases. Now, database is a sort of a repository wherein large number of studies which are indexed in a particular repository or a database is kept. So think of it like a cupboard wherein large number of studies are kept. Out of that, the researchers tried to extract these studies. And these two databases are PubMed and MS. And they used various search words like yoga, asana, pranayama, and various GI conditions such as IBS, Crohn's disease, colitis, etc. And they included studies in English language only, and the period from all time periods to August 2023. And it included studies where adults were the participants. And it excluded studies that combined yoga with other treatment. So they found around 1,275 articles initially. Out of that, they followed a rigorous exclusion criteria, out of which 12 studies met all the criteria. And in these 12 studies, they examined conditions such as irritable bowel syndromes, 7 studies which were devoted towards irritable bowel syndromes. And the most studied condition, because it causes abdominal pain, bloating, irregular bowel movement without any structural damage. One study looked at inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis, which causes inflammation and sores in the colon and rectum. Chronic pancreatitis was being looked at in one study. Now, as you know, chronic pancreatitis is a long-term inflammation of the pancreas, which is causing a pain and reduced function. And 3 studies looked at gastrointestinal cancer and how yoga is used to manage these symptoms during treatment. Now, I would like to stress here that yoga is not the primary form of treatment, rather it is a secondary complementary form of treatment which was used in these studies. And if you add up all these studies, around 12 studies composed in this particular major study. So why did I choose this particular research article? Because you see there are a number of research papers in this area, and this study tried to collate and analyze these studies in order to make a conclusion. Now, the study design, we need to understand 2 terms. And why I am quoting these terms is that it will help you to evaluate the evidence which are being presented. Now, RCT, or a randomized control trial, here the participants are randomly assigned to take, for instance, 2 groups, a yoga group and control group. Take, for instance, there are large number of people standing in line. I tell one person to go in this yoga group, other person to go in the control group. And this is done in a random manner, not like I will say that the first person will go to second group and the second person will go to the first group and so on. But rather I would say randomly pick one person, put in the control group, and take another person randomly and put it in the intervention or the treatment group. Now, then we try to compare the differences to know whether the yoga itself has caused the improvement or not just a treatment in general has caused the improvement. So, this study states that the symptoms of IBS was noted a gradual reduction in IBS symptoms. In studies by Kaveri et al., in 12 weeks' time, they could see a reduction in IBS symptom, and it was measured using IBS symptom severity scale. And what you see on the number 56, 35, 41 and 25 is the value. Lower the value, the better. or more reduced is the IBS symptom. And these studies, around 4 studies, shows that gradually the IBS symptom reduced around 25 to 56% compared to the control groups. Now, beyond the symptom relief, what did these studies find? The studies found that yoga showed improvement in multiple areas. Quality of life, the patients reported better daily functioning and less disruptions from symptoms. One study showed 45% improvement. In another study, mood and anxiety scores improved. And to measure that, they had used hospital anxiety and depression scale. Patient felt less anxious and depressed after doing yoga. In terms of autonomic nervous system, the test showed yoga improved parasympathetic function, the rest and digest system, and it reduced the sympathetic overactivity, a sort of a fight or a flight response. In terms of medication use, patients needed fewer digestive supplements and medications, suggesting that there is a improvement in the IBS condition. In terms of ulcerative colitis, in one study, which was conducted on 77 patients, yoga improved disease activity and quality of life compared to a written self-care advice. After 12 and 24 weeks, the patients were compared and it was found that yoga has indeed improved their quality of life and reduced the disease activity in ulcerative colitis patient. And the number of samples which was analyzed in this study was around 77. In terms of chronic pancreatitis, in this study, 60 patients were considered. Within group improvement, it could see that the quality of life, stress, mood, alcohol dependence, and appetite was improved for the patients with chronic pancreatitis. In this study, there was no sort of a group comparison made. But it presents an evidence that within the group, these positive improvements were noted. In terms of gastrointestinal cancer, basically a colorectal ones were studied. In this study, a combined 77 patients were analyzed. And yoga reduced sleep disturbance, depressive symptoms, anxiety came down, and also the fatigue, which during the chemotherapy treatment, these reductions were noted by patients who practiced yoga. Also, one study found no difference in quality of life. And in this study, the attendance was only about 50% for the yoga intervention group, indicating that in these studies of gastrointestinal cancer, this yoga was used in order to reduce the secondary symptoms of chemotherapy treatment and how this has brought in an improvement. In terms of serious side effects, 7 out of 12 studies reported that they were safe. There were some minimal serious side effects like deep vein thrombosis, blood clot, a new colorectal cancer diagnosis, two ulcerative colitis flares, and these were not associated with yoga, but rather these were associated with other conditions. And there were non-serious adverse events like musculoskeletal pain, lower back pain, 10 patients, neck pain, 1 patient, hip pain, 1 patient, abdominal pain, and vertigo for some 1 patient. Now, it is important to stress here that most of these musculoskeletal injuries from yoga occur when you are practicing without a qualified instructor or attempting an advanced postures like headstand, what we call Shirshasana, shoulder stand, Sarvangasana. However, if you practice it under a supervised yoga instructor, this musculoskeletal minor adverse events could be reduced. Now, this paper stresses that scientists do not know exactly how the yoga is helping in GI conditions, but further studies have to be conducted. But as a patient or as a clinician, what is important that the adverse effects were not quite dominant. Rather, it was found that yoga helped in reducing stress. It helped in lower the cortisol and other stress hormones, which calm the gut-brain axis, the communication network between brain and the digestive system. In terms of vagus nerve stimulation, breathing exercises such as pranayama is directly activating the vagus nerve, which signals the body to relax and improve the parasympathetic rest function. In terms of direct physical effects, these postures and gentle movements may directly affect gut motility, how intestines move food through, and the internal organ positioning the gravitational effects. It has also known to alter the microbiota within the gut, thereby improving the digestion and immune function. And most of the yogas which were studied were Hatha Yoga, Iyengar Yoga, Laughter Yoga, and Remedial Yoga, yoga which is adapted and designed specifically for healing and managing the disease. And it was found that group classes, around 8 studies, typically 60 to 90 minutes, 2 to 3 times per week for 12 weeks, online sessions, 2 studies, personalized instructions, online and virtual was used in 1 study, and the total yoga exposure ranged from 1.5 to 53 hours across the intervention period. Now, as a common man, what does this study indicate to us? This study I have chosen specifically to address how yoga can impact the gastrointestinal condition. Now, yes, yoga can be used as not as a substitute for the major treatments, but rather as a complementary system of medicine. And it has to be practiced under a trained, supervised yoga, and it has to be supervised by a trained yoga instructor or a yoga practitioner or a therapist. And there has to be, you need to attend the sessions fully. It's not that you just do 1 session and then you don't practice at home. And also, the type of yoga also plays a major role. So try to choose a yoga technique which is very gentle and which suits your personality. and whether these classes could be online or it could be offline or it could be both. And the time you practice this yoga could be even for 1.5 hours to maybe above 50 hours. And the studies prove that there has been an impact of yoga on gastrointestinal disorders. So thank you very much for joining me today. My motto behind making this video is because, as I told, I got some calls from my subscribers telling me how has scientific studies been conducted in terms of the efficacy of yoga on gastrointestinal disorders. Thank you very much for joining me today. Namaste.